Slop that part. Got all the other cool parts
Yeah,
done.
you got the HUD on. Yeah. There we go. Pycat with the drum roll for us there. But no, I think you're right. It's definitely, this is going to be again another real test for Navi. They certainly were tested on their first day of the LAMP. And yeah, I think a lot of focus is going to need to be there on the mid lane. Make sure that Dundee doesn't get crushed by early rotations from DDC once he gets himself to level 2, probably in the jungle, and starts to move around. And that aura buff, of course, going to be lovely for this team.
It's so good on all their heroes. Even TB, he's going to spam conjure images all laning stage most likely. And fantastic for Omni, fantastic for Lina, fantastic for Elder Titan. Ooh, that was a very emphatic throw all dead. I don't know why. That one hit me. Did that one hit you good?
Hit you?
Yeah, I felt it good.
I don't know. I've kind of become numb to the chat war phrases.
That's a good one. I wish LD was casting this too.
Damn, Purge. Damn.
You can blame me for that too.
Hit me hard there. Blame you. I don't know if LD would fit the analytical position.
Yeah, he can wing it. He's pretty good at that.
Yeah. He's 6k.
Is he?
Nah. He's not 6k. Don't be silly.
They're all dead.
Thanks, Dandy.
It's never going to stop. Well, I was trying to play how many illusions died this game, but it's not working, unfortunately.
Well, no illusions have died, Purge.
So I thought something would come up. Damage dealt, nothing. Net worth.
Oh, that's smart there. You see, they knew that someone would try that. And he's like, well, if it says 0, nothing's going to appear. Unless it's just not working.
Hey, they are all level 1, I'd like to point out. Yet it's not showing. What's up with that? What is up with them?
Maybe it's not working. Can you make the sliders go? Okay, no, it's working, but that's not working. Do you want to try and do a poll?
No.
It's quite complex.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's like it wasn't made for dumbasses like
it
us.
Actually wasn't. I was like, oh, I'm gonna put some stupid stuff on, and then I was like, oh god, it's actually really complicated.
Who will win? Anti-mage. Let's load this.
Patience from Zoe.
No, see, this is LGD FY versus Liquid.
Yeah, that's fine. We can run this.
If you want to change it, click edit. Like, you can try and learn it. You'll probably be better than this.
Okay, all right.
So this is where you put the question, and then you see in the brackets it says anti-mage to us. But if you put some in brackets, it like makes the little icon appear in this question. So you can put a hero in if you want to ask a question about the hero.
Oh.
Like, you just type the name of the hero and it will prompt it.
All right, let's. How about?
What do you want to ask?
Oops, wrong keyboard. Oops.
Oh yeah, wrong.
Ooh, I got 2 keyboards, guys.
You nearly pressed unpause.
This is biased. I'm just gonna say who will win. Owen's question. We'll keep that.
And then to do the
we're
options,
go Twitch,
you go down. You ignore description. That's not what you want to write. You want to write.
Option 2.
You want to write here.
No, here's LGD
No,
FY.
because I got taught about this. That doesn't do anything.
Okay.
You need to. You have to represent each team with an icon. I don't know, because you got to do it that way. So if you start typing a hero or an item, so what hero item do you want to use to represent each team? Okay, there we go.
One is going to be Tinker, and one is going to be Lina.
And then, and then you scroll down, and then that's what you want Twitch to type to vote for Lina.
Oh, okay.
So what do you want to make be the request? So you can type in, just the name or an emote. Do it in all caps though.
Okay, so type
exclamation Tinker.
It
won't be live yet.
It should be.
What do you want to put?
LGD, exclamation point LGD or exclamation point Lina. You guys enjoying the software?
What, LGD versus Lina?
Oops.
Wait.
Maybe.
What? That doesn't work. But you did LGD for Tinker. Why would you?
It's fine. It's because
wait, why did you just type Navi for Lina?
It was confusing.
Oh, you're switching this round. Okay. Did you switch Tinker?
All right, I'm gonna flip it. LGD, and this one is gonna be Tinker. Yeah. The power of software.
Okay, and then.
And Navi. Okay, is that it?
I think you can choose the color. So if you want to choose yellow, you know what I mean.
Okay.
So who's this one? Who's this? Red or yellow?
Yellow. And
then red for Lina.
Red.
Okay, and then we click save.
Okay.
And then go back. Okay, this is perfectly timed because we can do it as the game begins. And then you load it. And then you press hidden and inactive.
Reset votes.
Yeah.
Hidden.
Hey, look at that. Purge polls.
Okay, give me them exclamation points.
Yeah, we'll get those votes in, and it should appear on that screen, and then when you're done with it, you can just hide it again. But we can see the results.
All right, I'm going to make it invisible temporarily while we wait for people to vote, and then I'm going to pull that up later.
But how will they know how to vote?
Because it just left it up for like 25 seconds.
What if they tune in now and they see people spamming the chat?
Too late.
Oh, they should have been here at the start. The true fans of Dota 2 who have tuned in since the amazing pre-show we had here.
I think we've received exactly 0 votes so far. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's broken.
Oh, no, we're getting votes.
3
We're
people
getting
voted.
votes in.
Oh, they're coming. All right, let's focus on the
Let's
game.
focus on the game. So anyway, we're starting off. Let's look at the lanes. As expected, bottom lane, Arfu and Inflame, as they've been doing pretty much most games, running this dual lane, Elder Titan with the Omni Knight. Everything else, what we'll see, what DDC, I mean, he's around the mid at the moment, but as soon as the creep's going to come out, he's going to head to the jungle probably. Monet on this top lane. I mean, the TB, is the Terrorblade going to have too many issues with the Darkseer? I feel like he could be on his own.
Terrorblade versus Darkseer. It's kind of bad, but he has a lot of regen, so it's okay.
That's true.
I think he can win it, but it kind of depends more on if the Sardar shows up, I think. Sardar could do a lot of good things. He actually has boots first, so him plus with Iron Shell is actually really dangerous. That's definitely a place where they could pressure the Terrorblade, make good things happen.
Yeah, boots in the backpack, of course, to start with, just to make sure he can get that easier block off in the middle lane for Dendi. And yeah, indeed, we'll see how to see where Seneko does head. If it is going to be up towards the top at the moment. Maybe Iron, but maybe just waiting to see and get the confirmation what the laning situation is from LFY.
Oh, Seneco's going to mess around mid instead. I guess that works out fine. So there are sometimes some issues, and especially the best time to pressure Lina is like level 1 before she gets Fiery Soul and stuns and things like that. Can be very effective, but for now, General's being zoned, and Monet's going to commit his Metamorphosis to help kill the Iron Shell creep wave a little bit easier. And in the offlane, Afu just doing his best to get levels and help the Omni Knight grab what he needs.
Yeah, but so as you said, but between Pycat and Piver, is there a threat here for LFY? Once they get a couple of levels, they can try and go for Alpha.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's super dangerous here. But Elder Titan's almost always going to be the one that gets killed.
He's going to get first blood.
Yeah, this is just, it's Elder Titan, guys.
Oh, the south. Is he going to get the right? Oh, they saved him.
Was
they
super.
kited him. I can't believe Piver survived that.
That was really good juking there, but that's just Elder Titan, man. He hits super hard. He can cast it on 2 heroes, catch a creep wave, and he can also catch the neutral creeps as well to amp up his damage. And he just runs fast with boots and he hits you. But feeding first blood the opposite way is actually a big mistake, because now, with Disruptor having boots because of the first blood, now it's even harder to kill him. So that was kind of a big mistake, but a great juking.
Yeah, really nice from both. Yeah, juking using the salve. It could have really hurt him, but the calculations, they worked out for Biver and Navi. Top lane, how's it going? Money? He is getting the CS, but at the same time, General not feeling too threatened by this lane at the moment. The mid lane matchup, 7 for 1 is what's sort of the Tinkers. Yeah, it's very even between these two. Dendi and Super staying pretty much on the same level at this point in time. Snake grabs a haste ring. Would be nice to see if we can get something done with it, but it was spotted out by Elder Titan. So.
It's still level 1 as well. Things are a little bit tough temporarily. Pycat's probably not too unhappy with this lane, but Ufu's going to take some pressure. Nothing really going to happen there. So just a lot of roaming heroes walking around trying to do their best, but a bit limited on their options.
I'm going to make a bit of a go here onto Inflame on the bottom lane. He's got the Purification and does not have a point of repel. Will salve up in the tree line. Thunderstrike will get him. And Snako with his wraparound. They're going to get themselves a second kill almost certainly down here. We'll get another Purification out there. Look for the stop. Oh, is that going to save him? He's out of there. Can they chase this one down? Seneko is looking for it. Can he get it in time? There is a man going to Purification, and he goes for it. Turns around, and Omni Knight is going to get the kill. Inflame there with the plays, but you got to give the credit to Arfu. Coming in with that stomp, sets up one, and he actually gets a second. Biver's caught out in the tree line. LFY, they may have given away first blood, but they've turned it all around with that play.
Yeah, that was so well done. Really effective kill there. The stomp at the last moment, and that's just the scary thing about Omni Knight. Like every 10 seconds, he's got another heal up, and the Mango made the difference.
That was just, I mean, it really is the strength of that Elder Titan, because you have 3 heroes down on the bottom lane who, you know, Navi's side, that they are going to need to be running in on the front lines. The Lifestealer and the Slardar, each and every time going to be countered by an Echo Stomp flying in with the Spirit. That's going to put an end to everything that they try. And on the lanes as well, I mean, even though they got that first blood, you know, Pycat, he is suffering in the CS. You know, only 12 at the moment compared to the 21 or so of Monet, and Monet is getting a lot more experience. It happens
a lot when you're in these kind of lanes where you actually have to hit your opponent a lot. And it makes it worse with Omni Knight because you have to hit him so many times. And if that's the case, you're not last hitting, you're not moving around, you're not doing a lot of other things.
Just gonna ramp up the game sounds. Probably you, ladies and gentlemen at home, can't hear it. It's on 100. I'll put the master a bit. Should be coming through.
I can hear them in my headphones.
Yeah,
That's all that matters.
Yeah,
right?
I can hear them. You can hear them. I don't know. We got told apparently you can't hear them, but maybe are you guys in Twitch chat trolling? I bet you are. Don't be silly, boys.
Should I take 20 minutes to set up another poll?
I think we should.
Twitch chat, can you hear us?
Is Twitch chat struggling in the brain department?
Is that? Maybe everybody's speakers broke at the same time.
Maybe that is.
Much more likely than us making a tech issue.
Speakers are broken.
Dendy on the mid lane. Dendy in the mid lane.
Oh,
you made it. You made it. Dude, thank God that Elder Titan takes a long time to set up kills, because otherwise you would have missed that one 100%.
Thanks, Arfu. Got my back there.
If that was like a Night Stalker, Dendy was dead 8 seconds earlier.
Yeah. Oh, what a rotate. I mean, Arfu, making a name for himself. You're being involved in all 3 kills. They know what to do with this Elder Titan, and I'm starting to see why they pick it up as first pick, because I feel like down the line in this LAN, teams might have to take it away from LFY.
And the funny part is the hero was actually picked kind of recently. I think NP played it a lot back when with 1437, as well as SVG. They picked Elder Titan support all the time.
Oh, yeah, SVG Elder Titan was pretty legit.
But I don't know, maybe just different teams, different circumstances. The patch is different, obviously, so there were slight buffs to the hero. Maybe that made the difference.
This mid line, though, pressure is on to Dendy. He's been doing even in the CS now, but now will get punished. The wraparound comes in. And, I mean, between these 3 heroes, what do you do? Once that initial lockdown's there from a Frostbite or a Storm or a Light Strike, there's just no escape for a single target.
Elder Titan alone is doing 160 damage from range. And just a Frostbite guarantees that, and the Super does whatever he needs to do. Like, it's such an easy gank for Dendy. And the only thing they could do to maybe save him is Disruption, maybe, but they'd have to dodge the Stomp, perhaps. And even then, it's like Lina gets the follow-up anyway, so just pretty crappy there for Dendy, and that's going to really hurt his ability to hit normal timings. If he doesn't do that, then they don't have a blink infest target. They're not even winning their safe lane, really. They're getting bullied here. Like, everything is just looking really crappy, and it all kind of came down to them not killing that Omni Knight in time, and the Elder Titan also getting kills afterwards.
Well, I'm going to look to make another go here onto him. He's got enough for a purification or a power, but with the crush. Oh, no, he's going to turn. Oh, if he gets Pike out, oh, and he will, because look who's here. It's Arfu with the Spirit. Can they get the Omni Knight out? They can't. The Stomp just off the mark, but still killing Pike out for that. I think you're fine, still continuing to just absolutely crush this Lifestealer.
He actually didn't get much gold there. That was 142 for the Lifestealer kill. They got 387 from the Omni, though. It was a big advantage going back the other way towards LFY, which not too unexpected, considering that we did think LFY is the higher ranked team, unlike Twitch chat this game. Let me just provide a reminder for that one. Yeah, a lot of you guys were wrong so far, but game's not over. Navi can still win, but the early laning stage was going a little rough.
Yeah, we just got confirmation as well. Apparently the audio is fine on stream. They are idiots, so we didn't need a poll for that. But you're beautiful idiots. We love you. Kappa Pride.
Glad you're here. General in the offlane, actually doing really well in levels. Looked like he had some trouble the first couple minutes, but he's up to level 7 now, so great for him. And he's already got Arcane Boots and Soul Ring. Okay. But that's mostly just because the supports have been busy in other lanes, so naturally he's going to be able to bully more and get more out of his lane. But on the other side, Terrorblade still doing the best. 52 last hits for him, 46 for General, so pretty even back and forth. They're going to look to kill mid again, though. Afu's getting impatient.
A lot of eyes on Dendy. Dendy, he's got to be careful here. They're going to know he's there with the March coming out. They're hunting him down with the Astral.
Run for your life.
Can he escape this one? Perfect position on the high ground, making sure he can't get up there. So Dendy has to be held in the river. Does now have the backup of Seneko and General. Frostbite's there to hold back the Darks here, but they already get the stun onto Super. They'll get one. DDC tries for the TP out, but the vacuum dragback's there. Navi, with the rotation, get the 2 kills.
That was such a good rotation. They put the Iron Shell on Seneko. He started sprinting down, and I think General might have TP'd, perhaps, to the lane, so they had 2 Iron Shells doing damage on top of Lina while she was disabled. It was just absolutely perfect execution. And that gets them pretty heavily back in the game, because that's a really big swing.
They really needed to do that.
I missed the recap, but I mean, let's take a look at
look at the overall damage there with the net worth.
All right, it's
not working.
Maybe I messed it up.
Click it, double click it.
I messed it up. I probably pressed the buttons too earlier.
No, I think you're right. It should work. Oh, well, guys.
Or not linked to the right
game.
You
did it! You did it!
Oh, okay.
It's working.
All right.
There we go. Beautiful. So as we can see, net worth.
I guess you could have done that too by pressing your Y button.
That is true, and I should do that right now. We are, well, we're at 8 minutes to get us a little bit early, but with the pace that is going 9 kills, we're fine to look at the net worth. We'll get that stat up.
So Tinker's still a little bit behind, but that was huge advantage for him. Picks up level 8 from it. Every level that you can get in the early game on Tinker is actually amazing, because extra skill points, you've got so many skills that you want to level up. And he's now about 1,400 away from his Boots of Travel. Game gets a lot easier after that. He can start pushing out lanes, bullying the Terrorblade no matter where he is. Even Omnia has to be a little worried. He's got to make a hard decision about who gets repelled in fights, for example.
No, it really does. I mean, it's... I guess it depends on turning, because at the moment... Yeah, okay, now that Mone's turning up, yeah. I guess you want to keep the Terrorblade alive, but at the same time, Monet, he has got that Sunder to try and outplay it, and obviously if Super gets gone on, there's not many ways that Lina can escape without the backup.
They're going to ditch her safely, and though Terrorblade rotates down, uses Metamorphosis, and that should be an easy kill. The fact that he's got 4 points in Conjure Image, Metamorphosis, and he's got Sunder right now, super impossible for them to defend this, so farming for the meantime, trying to get Biver 6, Suneko's only 4.
And I don't know if you mentioned this, Pudge, but are you liking this? Look at the Omni build.
The fast drum?
The phase drums.
Yeah, it's really good. I like it.
It's good shit.
Drum's definitely very effective right now. The early game impact it gives is very strong. It gives a little bit of mana regen, which is kind of what Omni needs as well. You'd never see Sir Action Slacks built in the set, and God no, but
is this the anti-Slacks?
Definitely good, especially because he had a strong lane, like he was doing effective. So he was being very effective in lane. So phase boots, he can chase people down, he can bully them a little bit harder. Like Pycat, again, he can lifesteal from him, but
he's just gonna run away.
He can just
from
heal
this.
right back. Yeah. Like the HP swing is so big on Purification, and the fact that he's got Arcane Aura on top of this, he just didn't have to go as mana focus. He can go a hybrid carry build. Like so great.
I guess you're less likely to see if there's not a CM in the game, because
most likely.
Surely you need to get the mana from somewhere.
Yeah, it's like the perfect circumstances. You have a CM in the game, and there's the Sunder.
Yeah, but indeed, and that's going to be that 3-man movement coming into nothing at all. Monet able to get that off, getting out, and I guess that's the thing really between the side. Yeah, Bivo of course still level 4, no Static Storm, not a lot of ways to stop that Sunder. In fact, Seneko, he's having to run away for this illusion. So he's got to get himself out of there. He'll do it with the sprint.
I'd say they're definitely a little underleveled, but that's just they might get the Lina kill. Maybe. He's got phase boots. This doesn't look good.
He's too speedy, and at the same time up top, Arfu and Inflame, the pretty much one of the beautiful duos that we're seeing come out at Epicenter, getting themselves the kill onto the Darks here.
It's so good against Darkseer as well, because he's a very high armor hero. Purification does pure damage, cuts right through him. And even then, they've got Natural Order to amp up the right clicks.
Unfortunately, there with the Ancient Stack attempt. Tried to get another one in. Isn't going to be the case. But yeah, you're right. This, Elder Titan are now, level 6, nearing to level 7, closing in on the completed Dual Scepter. And at that point, the whole map just becomes a bit of a an absolute death zone for Navi. If he gets him into a Yule Stomp combo, and at this stage, even just +1 of any of these other heroes, it's going to be a kill.
Yep, that's basically the plan, because landing Echo Stomp right now is pretty difficult. Yule's kind of covers both bases of what Elder Titan needs, a little bit of mana regen. The movement speed's fantastic, and obviously the setup is great. You can start getting solo kills, you can stop Tinker rearms. There's so much value in it. Curious what he goes, though. There's definitely a lot of cool things he could pick up.
Let's see if they can do something top. Arfu, he's got the setup. The wraparound's coming in. Seneko in a lot of trouble. Again, the Spirit out, giving them the vision. DDC and Inflame surrounding him. Seneko, he's not receiving any help up here. They've just got to let him go, Navi. And LFY, again, with Arfu's setup, finally kills. I mean, again, that sleep duration, it's just ridiculous. It allows so much time for the rest of the team to just walk into position.
Yeah, and all it takes is a Lina stun follow-up, and you've got to kill every time, pretty much. So
LGD FY really making massive use of this Elder Titan. And as we can see, top 3 on the net worth all over on the side of LFY.
I'd say Navi's still within striking distance, though. Like, it's not looking amazing, but all they need is a couple good fights. They're pretty far behind in gold, for sure. Like, that's maybe even an understatement, especially because Denny's not close to his blink. He just got his BOTs. But the crazy part is this isn't even a slow BOT by too much. Like, this is around normal timing for Tinker. It's just all the other lanes went so poor, especially the safe lane. The safe lane went really rough. They should have killed the Omni Knight more, but it was just a little bit too outplayed.
They're going to try and punish Monet here, but the walkout, the glimpse will bring him back in. That should be enough with the rockets flying through. Tried to get himself outside the side. Oh, is he going to do it? Oh my goodness! They don't get the kill, Pudge! Oh, that's got to hurt for Navi.
That was such a big loss. That would have been like a 1,500 gold swing or something getting that kill. The most farmed hero on the team by far, and they burn their cooldowns. What a loss there. Tough. I mean, there was a Tinker missile, was there not? Like one more point on the Tinker rocket.
Yeah.
If he didn't get out of static field in the first, actually he's maxed out on the rocket. There's really not much Dendy could have done there,
not
but
much he could do. No.
Maybe if he stays in static field the whole time, maybe if they don't have to glimpse him back, they use that later. Like, there's so many things that would have changed that just slightly, but one level difference, they would have had that kill. What a big loss.
Monet's going to feel over the moon. As he's closing in on the ultimate orb, Manta style. Then it's going to be even harder for Navi to pull off those plays and catch him out.
That might as well have been an Aegis. Like the last 2 times they ganked Terrorblade, neither of them work. Just barely.
And look at this. I mean, it's just picture perfect. The Yules into the Stomp. The backups there. General's gone. LFY just with incredible execution.
And the only way you can survive that is getting out of Yule's range in the first place. Once it lands, it's over.
You're gone.
Afu's just been playing amazing, honestly.
Yeah, 3-1-4 on the Elder Titan. 7 of the 8 kills. Pretty much, yeah, absolutely down to his setup.
It's definitely going to have mana problems for a bit. Until his max HP or max MP goes up a bit, but
look at this, walking into Bio. He'll try and take him out of there with the glimpse, but the Metamorphosis from Monet will be enough as he mans up, gets himself the kill. Now with the wraparound, they'll look to use that Metamorphosis to push down the tier 1, and they will take it with relative ease. Bottom lane, Picat's trying to put a bit of split push pressure, and it's not going to be anywhere near as fast as the power that LFY has with Monet fronting the push, taking the tower.
A little surprised that Lifestealer went for a Midas this game, but he's probably thinking about catching up more than anything else. But it definitely will delay his effectiveness until a bit later. But again, if he doesn't even have a hero on his team that can initiate with the Blink Dagger, then it doesn't matter that much, I guess, if he doesn't have Armlet, because he's not going to be in the good fights anyway. So until Blink comes up on Tinker or Slardar, Navi's lineup is definitely a bit harshly put together. They were very reliant on their early game going better than this, in my opinion. But Seneko is doing well. He's up to 1,700 gold, so only 500 more for him to finish. And Dendy's about 1,000 away from his, so they will get one. And once that happens, things are going to change a bit. As long as they can combo their initiations with, ideally, Disruptor ulti.
Yeah, there's a lot of reliance on Piper to get a good static storm and make sure he has the control. But at the same time, because they do have this Omni, you know, it doesn't matter if you get people, if you don't get the Omni Knight. It's going to be the chance for Inflame to get the save out. With the GA, the Repel, the Purification, it's nearly level 12 as well, and the second point in the ultimate. It's very hard for Navi to get themselves back into this one.
They spotted Afu at least, so they know that they can split push however they want. But it's such a big threat. Like, if you don't know where Elder Titan is, he could just be waiting in trees, and if he Yules you, you're dead. Because after he disables you for 5 seconds after that, that's anybody can show up. Lina can go pretty much anywhere on the map, and if she does, that's a dead hero. So it's such a big threat. It just really limits what Navi can do for split pushing, other than somebody like Tinker being in trees. But even that's dangerous because he can scout with the Spirit and then Yules afterwards, and then Dendy dies. So the threat of the anti-split push is so big this game. Pycat getting slowed though.
Yeah, they're going to pop the drums and just run at this map.
Just needs to slow and run. Although I guess he could just repel off the open wounds. They're
very hard for them to come out onto this map, Navi. Any of LFY's members just cause so many issues.
Ooh, Disruptor could glimpse him back if he wants. Yeah, he does. Oh, he Manta dodges it. Are you serious?
Did he
Holy
actually?
crap.
Oh my goodness.
That was insane.
Frickin' Monet.
And farm slow? Nope, not going to happen, guys.
Things just are not working out for Navi in this game.
Yeah, they're really not. I mean, they do have some really good things later. Vacuum Wall into Slardar stun is going to be fantastic. They do a Blink Dagger on Slardar right now, so it's definitely gank time, I think. Although Lifestealer is walking towards mid. I'm a little unsure why he didn't go with Slardar, but I guess they're just going for the Disruptor combos. And
yeah, that's true. Yeah, you'd think Pycat would want to get involved in this with this Blink reveal. I feel like they need Pycat for the damage. I mean, they will go on to Super. Super, does he have backup? He's got the self-fuels. No Static Storm for this one. Just throwing everything down to make sure they get a kill, and they will. They'll get Lina. Now we'll see if LFY can punish this. Hafu is going to be taken back with the glimpse, but he still gets the stomp in onto the Disruptor. Biva taken down. The root there onto General. The ult from the Elder Titan flies through, clips him. The right clicks as well from Monet. It's more than enough to secure themselves the double. Navi did manage to bring down the Elder Titan as well, so they get two. Seneko, can he play his way out of this? Oh,
do they know?
He's,
that's not good.
He's stuck. Ooh. Triple kill for Monet.
Very dead hero. I mean, it was ultimately good for them, I'm sure. Like, if you look at the gold swing, it's only, what, 500 for their opponents? But they got
the best fight they've had all game.
Yeah, they got a little bit more experience than their opponents just due to them being under-leveled.
Yeah.
So I think there's positives and negatives. In the meantime, Lifestealer is probably farming, so.
But the thing is, what do you feel if Pycat was there? I feel like it could have gone a lot better for them. He's got the arm there.
Yeah, possibly, but I don't really see them killing Terrorblade without Static Storm. It's just very
Yeah, I
difficult.
guess,
Or
yeah,
they'd have to have
too
Tinker
much.
with good mana pool so that he can do multiple laser missile combos. But they'd have to combo that with Disable. And the only Disable they have right now is Disruptor Silence or Slaughter Stun. So until like Dendi gets a Hex or something, Terrorblade's always going to be an issue. He's definitely vulnerable. Or he's definitely able to kill Navi's team.
We'll see what happens here in the mid lane. Seneko trying to go for a bit of a play here, held back by the Yules, so not able to control Arthur after he's glimpsed back by Biver.
Perfect skill build on him. Going to max out Aura next. And he's going to go for a pipe afterwards. He's been really prioritizing this item a lot, mostly on Night Stalker, but I do kind of like support heroes that are semi-tanky, like Strength ones, especially buying this. And again, we talked about his perks before. Yeah. He's got a Strength perk at 10, he's got an HP perk at 15. If he just keeps grabbing these and he puts a resistance item on top of it, like a pipe, it makes it go so much farther than like a Crystal Maiden or a Vengeful Spirit buying those items. So they're going to be really good at 5 mana. In fact, they're buying double pipe. They've done this multiple games. Omni Knight's buying one.
Okay.
And they're going to have Elder Titan buying another one. Buying another one. So good against Tinker. Doesn't stop the laser, obviously, but there will be missiles and there will be marches.
Yeah, it's going to keep Monet pretty safe. It's definitely one of the flaws of the TB being burst down, but at the same time, this is a Terrorblade he's about 500 gold away from having his own BKB, so...
With that said, I think Lifesteal has a pretty good timing coming up. Like his farm's still a little bit behind, but he's basically matched all of the leaders other than TB.
He's catching back up Pycat.
And the next item he's queuing up is going to be a Halberd. It's fairly inexpensive, gives him a lot of HP, and the evasion part is super sick because it's going to be a bit until TB finishes his Monkey King bar. And he probably will buy it early anyways, I guess, because he's against a Tinker with laser, but I think it'll still be a very good pickup.
Pycat has to be a little careful here.
That's actually kind of disgusting, man. You just can't even touch the Omni.
They're going to chase this one down. Pycat, he does have Rage TP. Yeah. Is that enough to save him?
He'd have the ulti. Yep, he did it right in time, but it's going to be too late. That's the problem. Earth Splitter's 3.14 seconds.
Yeah.
Pi.
So you got to really preemptively do it.
Is that a thing?
Is it Pi?
Can you relate Pi to Elder Titan in any way?
I don't know. What do you mean? In mathematical terms?
Yeah.
I don't know more other than the number that's Pi. Was it
maybe there's a meme there. I don't know.
3.145625.
Yeah, you would know that.
That's the only way I know. That's some people know Pi to like 100 decimals.
Oh, they're just.
I bet Twitch chat does.
Yeah.
Twitch chat, please spam what Pi is.
Let me set up a poll.
Let's get some Pi spam.
Choose the correct option. Which decimal of Pi is correct?
There we go. That's how you know if someone's a smart boy.
They do have Lifestealer bundled up into Seneko, and they're looking for kills. They think somebody might TP and stop the split push bottom, but doesn't really look like they care too much due to Roche going down. And Navi most likely realizes this, which is why they jumped out. Yeah, well, they're not here, no point waiting, might as well just do as much tower damage as you can, and instantly Afu rotates.
Yeah, they're not even going to get that much done to it at all, with the Elder Titan defense holding them back. Pycat will come back in with the Rage, but the Aegis is taken, TP's coming through, and Navi, they've got to back off. They cannot stick around here.
And they put it on Lina, which I think is a smart choice. This is the guy that's most likely to die, so Terrorblade, as long as he's got BKB, he's not going down. They don't have the chain disable required. It's always going to get Sunder off.
They're moving straight across here, LFY. Looking for the catch. General does have the Invis Rune. Oh, that's beautiful! With that Invis Rune, he's outplayed them with the Vacuum Static Storm. Where's the follow-up damage, though? There it is! Seneko comes in with the 3-man crush. They've killed one, popped the Aegis. They can't quite get in flame. He gets the GA out in time. Super turns around with the Light Strike. Now Arfu sends the Astral up to the high ground. Gets the sleep onto 2. Pycat seeing if he can move forward and chase for more. It doesn't seem to be the case. LFY will back up.
Oh, that was so beautiful. That should have been like 3 dead heroes, but man, LFY's in a really good place.
Yeah,
Either
the fact
way,
that they're with the lead that they have means, they just lose the CM and an Aegis, which is, still great for Navi, because Navi will take what they can get at this stage, but...
Yeah, and they killed Aegis, like, that, super worth it. But they did 4,000 damage in that fight, and LFY only did like 1,700, so huge damage swing. But ultimately, the Aegis kill, pretty fantastic, because now Super is a target. That may make Inflame have to make a hard decision about who he puts Repel on, because now it's... I guess he doesn't have to worry about Terrorblade, so I guess it's still pretty straightforward, but he could put it on himself, he could put it on somebody else. Interesting choice. He went for experience gain on Omni, which I guess is worth it with the Midas. Probably pays off.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Though, 60 GPM, it's always, it really is that GPM that's like,
And
20 XP is pretty crucial on this map.
it's okay, yeah. I think the 10 and the 15 talent on Omni kind of suck, but the 20 and 25 are really good. He can get 6 mana regen at 20 or the 100 damage.
I guess he takes the 100.
Both are good.
He's got a CM on his team, so
he does. 6 is a lot though.
I mean, then you are set.
You are set. Like you can buy whatever. All right, he's gonna buy Lotus Orb next, so I think he just goes to 100 damage. Honestly, most times I would never say this, but he's in such a good position. Why not?
We've seen, especially with the phase runs, we've seen how he likes to just man up against Pycat. And once he's got the plus 100...
I mean, it's still not going to be good. And Pycat will eventually start trading better, but...
For sure, but I'd like to see the plus 100.
And the level 25 is great. More degen aura is fantastic this game. Puts him up to 15% movement and attack speed slow within radius, which is a huge radius.
I mean, the pure damage.
But the pure damage is also super OP.
It's super good, isn't it?
500. That's a huge swing. You cast on your ally, and nukes them for 500, heals you for... That's a 1K HP swing. 1K. That's insane.
That is insane.
That's brain sap territory, man.
You got to take that.
Especially
on an 8-second cooldown. You've got mana for days.
And they're against a Tinker. Like,
yeah.
That could keep Terrorblade alive to get a Sunder off. Yeah, that's definitely the move this game.
If we get there,
it's tempting though.
I mean, if this game gets to the point where Omni's 25, that's the question. And it could do, to be fair, because Navi, they're not too far behind, and they do have a Tinker there. They do have ways of keeping the game going and making it very hard for LFY to break that high ground.
Now, most of that does come down to them split pushing, though. So that means if LFY wants to stop what Navi's doing, that they have to kill Tinker. And to do that, they're probably going to have to put wards, maybe, on cliffs, or Afu's going to have to get really creative. He's going to buy up a gem next. I thought maybe a blink would be better for him killing Tinker, but obviously it's not really the hugest priority. But they need to push lanes. That way their opponents can't as easily do these like ganks with Slardar plus Lifestealer, and they need to kill Tinker to prevent his split pushing. But he's almost got Axe, so Tinker's pretty much in glory territory. And then the next item build is probably a Hex, I feel like. It's almost too good to pass up. Lincoln's would be really good too, though. Stop Yule's, stop Lina ulti. Even if he gets caught by the stomp, it'll still stop Lina ulti.
It's just going to be a little unfortunate that at the time Denny's got the Hex, the Lotus Orb's almost certainly going to be already out on the Omni.
Yeah, that's true. So
that kind of stuff. But I guess if you Hex him, then that could be a good way to win a fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Or if he hexes himself. That's the best, man.
If he hexes himself.
Yeah. Like a Lotus Orb somebody, because oftentimes you hex and rearm and hex again is my thought.
You're
so
very quick with the
if you Lotus Orb at the right time, it could definitely happen. Diffusal Blade's a pickup actually for the Terrorblade, kind of interesting.
All right.
Gives decent. It's actually a really good mana drain for your hero. For illusions, it's less good than it used to be. It's only 8 for range, but I think the reason he picks this up is basically to help him kill Slardar easily, because his team does have disables, but they're a little bit limited. And if somebody like CM dies, and Eldertine's already used his combo, it's actually really hard for TB to guarantee a kill. So if he just grabs the Diffusal Blade and he turns into range mode and diffuses the Slardar, Slardar's dead almost every time, until he gets Force Staff, that is.
Oh, Tinker.
So I think it's a good pickup.
Then he just got caught out. They grabbed him. Super found him with the Laguna. It's these Yules coming into play, you know, having the Yules on the Super and Arfu, so much catch for LFY.
Looks like he was jungling. Was there an Invis or something? It was an Invis, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, because it seemed like a very aggressive place to get a kill, so that's a little bit of a lucky pickup, because now they're just going to go high ground. And Dendy does not want to buy back right now, because if he delays his Ags by 1,000, that could mean a lot.
Yeah, he didn't invest any money as well, so yeah, losing an extra bit off the top.
Don't always expect that one.
Ooh,
that was actually so unlucky for Navi. The fact that was an Invis changes everything. Maybe it was a greedy position, but like they're just going to get racks now, 27 minutes. Like, it's definitely not game lose. Oh, look at that.
He's just going to die. He walks in, but Mono pots the BKB. He's having none of it. And he just turns and gets the kill. Yeah. Takes the Slardar, takes the racks.
Oh, they're going to glimpse him back, though.
Back on the Slardar. Can they do it? Do they have the damage? Do they have the control? They're bringing him into the Static Storm. Oh, great crush as well onto the backline is making sure that there's no response. Seneko with the play, stopping DDC and Super, putting a stop to that as Navi will take down Monet. Can they get anything more out of this? DDC trying for the TP out. He will be successful with it. And so will the escape of the recipe. But nice play there, getting that Terrorblade kill. Absolutely massive. Who got the money for it? General gets himself a tasty 600. But at the end of the day, they have still lost the racks.
Okay, so Seneko bought back for that one. But I think that's pretty worth it. They're a little bit farther behind in net worth advantage than they were before that Rax got taken, but I think that was a decent trade considering the fact that Rax is going down no matter what.
Yeah.
It was a great snack. Like the fact that Terrorblade used BKB there and instantly Navi saw the opportunity. They chase him, he stayed too long, they can glimpse afterwards, and because of that, they get the easy Static Storm and they end up getting a kill. Pycat's got to be a little careful, though, if he gets Lina stunned.
He'd love to finish off that tower, but he
Could they
has
do
got to be
Infest jump?
careful how
Nope.
close he gets. He's going back in, Rage.
Oh.
Still on the way, 4 seconds. There's the combo on the back line to get the vacuum wall, the crush onto DDC. The illusions are out, pummeling into the CM, but the turnaround's there. Super. Group with the Lunar Blade takes down one. GA comes out, and now Arfu and the boys ready to chase back and hunt down Pycat. He's inside the creeps.
Might jump out after Guardian Angel is
He's actually
up.
going to try and run his way out of this one. They'll look to chase it, slowing it down, but they won't pursue anymore. They'll hold back LFY.
Okay. So they get the tower. Still gold advantage about the same as what it was before, but... Man, all kind of comes back to that Invis rune, but Navi is doing a pretty good job considering what kind of things they're working with here. How close are we to the Ags? Okay, it's finished now. Ags is up. Tinker going for Spell Amp and Int. He's going a little greedy here, didn't opt for the health, but I think it's pretty value when you have this build. Like,
For sure. Yeah.
Spell Amp on pure damage is amazing.
And I guess at this stage as well, it's like if Dendi gets caught, he's going to die. Like I guess it's hard to say if
Probably,
225 is going to save him in a lot of situations.
Yeah, that's a great point. If they have magic resistance reduction, like health is even worse than it was before.
Yeah.
So, see what he goes next. But I think a Hex is maybe the goal, but we'll see. Could be lots of stuff. Lotus Orb's up. Inflame's been doing a great job on Omni, keeping people alive with Guardian Angel. Definitely seems like Pycat's a little ineffective, and it's going to pick up a Maelstrom, which I think is a good choice, because at least then if they use Guardian Angel, you can hit people, and if you get a lightning jump, you'll do some damage.
And it's generally pretty nice against a Terrible.
Yeah.
You know, just having a bit of magical damage to work around that high armor.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah.
It's just kind of effective against both guys. It's effective. Ooh, 120 damage on Darkseer.
Oh, I love it.
So I think...
I love that.
You know what's actually good about this perk is pushing towers. Because you can clear creep waves.
120 is a lot.
You can clear creep waves so fast on this hero, but when you get to the tower, you're just gonna like karate chop it repeatedly. Now it's like a body slam every single hit.
A body slam. I'd love it if it updated the animation when you took that talent.
Just like drop
Please add
elbow
us,
it
right?
every single time.
Just or just headbutt.
Just give it the chest bump,
Or the double punch.
and he wants
Give
to
it
jump
more of
in.
an uppercut.
I mean, normally I look at Darkseer and I feel like LFI is taking rush, by the way.
Yeah, they got it.
Normally I look at Darkseer and feel like he's not that effective late game, but this is actually such a good game for him. The vacuum Star combo, the vacuum Darkseer combo, the Darkseer ultimate is really good against Terrorblade. That was actually so smart what they did. They TP'd in Inflame. They did the obvious TP with Super, and then they repelled during the glimpse. That was so cool.
Very nicely done there. Just to
And,
put a stop to Navi trying to pull him apart and get some push on that tap.
and it's not like they're just like, oh wow, we were annoying, nice, good job guys. It's they know that Disruptor's there, Glimpse is used. Navi now realizes that they just wasted their time, which is just such a better place to be in when you're winning.
Yeah, still with this 8k gold lead, LFY 15-8. But as we've seen, I think Pycat and Dendi have done really well at climbing their way back into this game. We saw the start. Pycat had a very horrific laning phase because of the pressure that LFY were putting on him, but the Midas certainly paid off. It's allowed him to transition to this stage where he certainly is a threat. If his team can enable him, get him involved, which they definitely can with Darkseer, Slardar, Disruptor. Navi have a lot of control in these team fights.
Yeah, they do. Terrorblades, Manta Diffusal, almost Scotty now, so he's going the full agility value build. But he's still having some evasion problems against Lifestealers, so I'm kind of curious if Pycat will grab it, the evasion at 20. I feel like he should go movement speed this game, actually, because there's just no way.
I don't know.
There's no way that Terrorblade doesn't get an MKB at some point.
You think?
Against the Tinker, there is no way. He's got a BKB.
You don't think he feels the BKB is enough?
He's got He's got a BKB and he's got a Manta. He's got two good solutions, but I still feel like you need an MKB at some point because you will run out of those things. Half the time you're going to use Manta just to make illusions in the first place. So I think he has to get that eventually.
I really like this, a big item pickup around the corner for Viper as well. He's nearly got his Aghanims on the Disruptor this game.
Snarko thinking about getting a kill top. I think the only person that kills Elder Titan, and even then it's hard. So Inflame is in the area. I'm sorry, which item were you talking about?
Ags on Disruptor. Nearly done.
Yeah, I saw that. Slowly picking it up, but he's getting there.
He's nearly got it.
Went for the cast range perk, but it'll work out eventually. And Navi just instantly killing the creep wave. Yeah, they know what's at stake here. They don't think they can fight yet, and that's absolutely the case. It's so hard against what Omni Knight is putting out. Even Lina has a BKB now, so they're going to take a tier 2, and Navi's going to do their best to keep creeps away from the tower. The rest of the towers, that is. So they'll get the tier 2 fine, but it's not going to mean that they can go under the racks.
Yeah, they've
Do they have any creeps? One little range creep. All right, they got about 15 seconds after this range creep dies to hit buildings. All right.
Instant death.
Start the clock. And
I'm timing it. Wait, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1. There we go.
Okay.
I was a little quick on the counting.
Fast counter, man. I like that Pycat stayed top as well. He didn't just instantly TP back.
Yeah, he's got quite a bit of that. He's got like
Yeah.
3 full waves out, just keeping himself up there.
Hung on the air. But that's because Earth Splitter doesn't come off fast enough. He knows that he can always rage TP. Is there anything that can go through it? Eggs Laguna, maybe? Eggs,
In terms
Refresher,
of stopping the TP,
Laguna, yeah.
no, but yeah, damage-wise, sure, but I mean,
True.
even at that, it's not, I guess if they've got a TP being into him and Metamorphosis,
And-
then they've definitely
and
got
Elder
the
Titan.
damage, yeah, for sure.
Elder Titan's not that great against Lifesteal, but it's still like 7 armor. They're doing some damage here to Omni Knight, but now Pycat's doing decent. Like, he actually had to cast some spells on the Omni there to force the Pycat TP. So Pycat's got to be pretty happy at this point. And once he picks up AC, things get even better for his team. And this is something you have to do against a Terrorblade. You cannot build like agility items, stat items. You have to get plus armor items because everybody on his team, they're going to have way less armor. Disruptor, it's going to go from 3 armor to 0 armor. How do you stay alive, Owen? How is it possible?
So
once you grab an AC,
3
everybody's
armor.
going to have 5 on the top, which is going to really help offset what Elder Titan accomplishes for armor reduction.
And even if it's not just necessarily keeping them alive, but because they're probably still going to die, but just giving them that fraction of a second to get off their spell.
Can make a big difference. Starter actually has 10 base armor. It's huge. That's going away. He's going to have some survivability problems, actually. But AC plus starter ulti, that'll be good. They're going to Yule somebody mid, though. It's Pycat.
It's going to get clipped here by the ultimate. Monet tried to commit. And go with a quick and
cool.
fair stand force out. Seneko takes it back to safety.
Starter said, get in me, and he forced him into himself.
Damn.
Do you think he used Infest on purpose? Oh, they might kill Lina?
He's going to buy some time with the self-heals, and there's a lot of LFY here, so Navi do have to be careful. Seneko just getting Laguna straight up. General comes in, vacuum into the 2-man static storm, but have they got the follow-up damage? They have, and on the sidelines, the freezing field comes out, forcing Navi to back up. Seneko's down. Monet heads up, lands the Sun with the Light Strike as well from Super, clips Pycat. They get the double kill for the Lina, and the rest of Navi is sent packing back to the base. And LFY open up another Tier 3 and Rax Brush.
It was such a good team fight read there by half of Navi, but the other half wasn't ready. The Rage on and Lifesteal had already been used. If it hadn't, he could have ran in there and got a double kill, but it just wasn't the right time. They had to wait things out, and Navi disjoints. They're going to try to hold, though.
Pycat's trying to come in onto this one. And does he have the damage? It does not look like it, especially with the GA. He's got to stay in that creep. He does not want to come out until at least the GA's gone on the sidelines. They've caught out Dendi. Dendi does have buyback. He's down for 70 seconds. Snake back in 4. The disarms out onto Pycat here. Rage trying to run himself away now and turns back towards Arfu. Coming in, Snake looking to try and get the crush. Does manage to land onto Mono, but the cheese is eaten. Now Mono turns. The Piscardi slow, causing issues for Pycat as he's kited up for the bit. Dendi trying to get the rearm combination out. Mono gets the Sun to the one to Biver back up to full health. And he will get himself away back to safety. Or maybe not. The glimpse is there. He's in the field. Navi, can they actually take him down? Pycat TP's in. They've got the controller. He's going to go for the repel. TP out. They've got nothing to go through it. Nice play there from Inflame, getting back in to save the Terrorblade. General is going to go for the chase down, see if they can punish the Omni Knight for this. The drag back, trying to get him in range of the open runes, and they will. Pycat's there. They surround him. Inflame, he's going to try and make them work for as hard as he can. He's got the purification. The repel, it's not enough. Navi will punish him, but his sacrifice was there, saving Monet.
It's just costing Navi so much for these little mistakes, and now they're 2 rack sets down. Really bad place to be. It was so close to being good, and I think Biver did have his Static Storm Ags for that last engagement, just they didn't have the damage to follow it up.
They really didn't. They, as you said, it was pretty much the darks, Biver in general were like, let's go.
Yeah.
But Pycat and Zenny just not in position to lay down the damage, and they need it. They absolutely need it.
I think Terrorblade got off 2 Sunders in that fight as well. The first one was on the Lifestealer for the easy kill. The Scotty is paying off so well, just because once he turns on Metamorphosis, it's almost impossible actually for Lifestealer to fight. Because if he just gets ranged hit, he is ultra slow. Makes it worse that CM's probably in the area too.
And look at this as well. At Super, he's got his
they're,
MKB.
They're smoking,
complete.
by the way. They're going to engage top.
Oh, let's see if Navi can do this. This could be big if they catch Monet away from the
perfect.
majority of his team. But the BKB! It was so damn quick on that. It comes out before the crush. And Monet, he's going to be fine. He's even thinking about turning and fighting. He's got backup on his way. Super pops the BKB. The sleep setup onto 2. Grabs General. Gets Pycat as well. They hammer into him. The Static Storm's out, but it doesn't matter. The BKB was already used for Super, so the Static Storm does nothing. The Yule setup, as now they're looking for more. The Light Strike combo's on point, and LFY find a third. That BKB reaction timing from Monet and the backup of LFY once again outplaying Navi.
And Super's finally at the point where he's actually a core himself. He picks up a Monkey King bar. He hits really fast. He's going to proc a lot of mini stuns, and it's going to cut right through Lifestealer. He did end up grabbing the 15% evasion talent, but this is going to get useless real soon.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You said you would have liked to see the movements, but with him having an MKB and Monet nearly having his, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because this is already looking very grim for Navi. They've got no Lifestealer for 50 seconds. The buyback will be there from General. Does get the vacuum onto Super, but still they move forward. The GA's out. They'll take down Dendi. General and Piper being forced back to the base, but they get stunned up, and Navi tap out. GG is called, and LFY here with the first game of the first series, getting another victory on this extra day of EPICENTER and LFY. I mean, these guys, they're looking pretty damn good, Pose. These guys are hot. They're so coordinated and they play so well as a team.
Yeah, I really like the laning